Hi class, welcome to this introduction to the Pythagoras theorem. So the main idea with the Pythagoras theorem is that if you have a right angle triangle and you make squares that are the same length as all the sides of the triangle, so like this, the area of the big triangle will be made by adding the two smaller areas together. So you can always make the big area by adding these two smaller squares. So for instance, if this length here is 5, this will be 25. Yeah, because you'll have 5 times 5 on your square. And if this one's 4, then you're going to have 4 times 4, which is 16. And that means if you do 25 plus 16, and that makes 41, it means this square here, the area of this square will be 41. Okay, so how does this work and how does it help us? You can use this rule to find a missing side on a right angle triangle. So if you don't know one of the lengths, you can use this to help you. So for example here, so if this length is 3, we know that the area inside is going to be 9. So we'll do 3 times 3. And then the length on this one is 4, so the area inside will be 16. So the area of this large square here is going to be 9 plus 16, which is 25. So if this large square here is 25, what's the side going to be? If you know 5 times table, 5 times 5 is 25. So then now we can use this data to find out the length of that triangle. However, it's not always so tidy, so let's have a quick look at this one. So you can see again, if we imagine, so you don't have to draw these squares out every time, but if you imagine them, you should know that this one will be 36 and this one will be 16. But this time when we add these together, 36 plus 16, you get 52. And again, if you know your times tables, you will know that 52 is not made by any whole number, so you can't do the same number twice and make 52. So what you have to do in this case is you have to find the square root of 52. So this number here, the magic number that you'll do twice to make 52, you can find out by writing a square root. So if you do the square root of 52, it will find the A number, so the mystery number. For example, the square root of 4 is 2, because 2 times 2 equals 4. So if we put the square root of 52 into a calculator, what you get is quite a long number, and that's normal. It keeps going on like that, and just round that to 3 decimal places, so it'll be 7.211. And that's your answer. Right, so let's have a look at this one. On this one, have a look at this. You actually have the larger square this time. So you know the length of the larger square, and you know the length of a smaller square, and this time we want to find out the length of another small square. So we know this will be 49, and we know this will be 16. You see this time, so you know that 16 plus something will make 49. So what you can do is if you do 49 minus 16, that will find out what this smaller square here is. And if you do 49 minus 16, you'll find it's 33. And then again, 33, we don't know what times what will make 33, so we have to use the square root tool to find that out for us. And when you do that on the calculator, what you'll get, again, is a very long number. And again, just round that to 3 decimal places, or however it tells you to round it, that's fine. Okay, so one of the other issues is that sometimes these triangles are turned around. So you do need to be able to recognise where the longest side on the triangles are. So just pause this video and see if you can identify where's the hypotenuse on these triangles. So the hypotenuse, that's the word for the longest side on a right angle triangle. So when you're looking for the hypotenuse, look for the right angle sign, and opposite that, that will be the longest side of the triangle. And that's really important because the other two smaller sides are going to add up to that longer one. So you must be able to identify that. Alright, so in summary, Pythagoras is useful for finding one side length on a triangle. You can only use it for right angle triangles. So at the moment, this triangle doesn't have a right angle side on it. Even if it looks like it might be a right angle triangle like this, if there's no right angle sign, then these are no good. You can't use Pythagoras with them. Also, you have to know two sides to find the third side. So you can't find a side unless you've got two other sides already. And the official formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and c squared is the hypotenuse. So have a little look. If you have a triangle, what it means is if this is c, this is a, and this is b, it means that if you square b, and that will find you the area here, and you square a, which is this bit here, it will make the square c, which would be this area here. So that's exactly what I've taught you, but I haven't used the formula specifically because you don't need it to understand how Pythagoras works. But it is useful to just know what's going on there.